What's up? Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to my cosmic loves. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hey. So we're doing a weekly guidance. It's from June 7th to June 13th. We have about 2 planetary transits, and we won't get this started. I wanted to use my Wisdom Oracle deck, a favorite, and wanted to use my Mystic Mondays Tarot. So, let's get started. As always, we always do the transits first and everything like that. So, if you don't have them already, get your drink, get your water, get your smoke, get your incense, whatever you want to call it. Take a sip, whatever you want to do. And let's get it poppin'. Y'all know me by now. I like being goofy. Okay, so June 11th. No, June 10th, because June 11th is another one. June 10th, we have the solar eclipse in Gemini. I wouldn't become too disturbed about it. It's more about brainstorming with like business partners, friends, family, people that actually are business minded, people that actually help you get your businesses together or just help you get things together or organized. So you want to brainstorm with them because you want to be able to bring to fruition certain projects and ideas that you have. So this is a good time for that. So if you've been thinking about working with people, this will be a good time. You want to build positive relationships, positive influences with other people, because it's in Gemini, you want to pay attention to both sides of the perceptions, of any situation, of any plan, of any thought, because there are going to be various viewpoints on anything. So it's asking you to be aware of the different perceptions that will be around you for that time. What else? This is also a time to really think about your relationship with the community. Like, what type of message or sign do you give out to others, the community, the home, people on the outside of you? What messages do you give off? What signs are you giving? And are those signs that you want to give off, or are these signs that you're working on, like trying to change? Are you actively changing them, or is it something that you're aware of but you just don't feel like doing it? During the solar eclipse season, it will get you to kind of pay more attention and put some flame under that tail to get it going. Pay attention to the communication tools that are given to you by your job, by your ancestors, by yourself. Like, really use those tools, because communication is going to be really big during this time, especially being that we are in retrograde. So you want to make sure that everything that you say is clear. You want to make sure that you are using applications that get your point across in a very professional manner, or a very polite manner that is not threatening, or that just feels like you're trying to throw out some BS and that you're being too cocky. So it's all about perceptions right now and how you communicate and how you're seen. That's June 10th with the solar eclipse in Gemini. Next, June 11th, we have Mars in Leo. That's like double fire, double trouble. Well, not bad trouble, but you know what I'm saying? Like fire on fire on fire. Mars is like action, passion. Leo is like courage, drive, strength. Both fires, both in the fire. Mars is usually at home in Aries, but it's in Leo. So, the things that you've been investing in, there's going to be a light shown on them, or they're going to start shining bright from the inside out. Your passions are being like fed right now, so that you're going to be feeling like a lot of influence. You're going to be feeling a lot of fire. You're going to feel like a lot of movement, like just a go. Um, you're going to feel more reliant on yourself than others. You're going to be able to actually see yourself as a person that can get things done, that are doing the things that need to be done, that is getting the job done, whatever job that is. You're going to be feeling a lot of magnetism, but be careful, because you're either going to feel and act vain, or you'll be seeing other people or things acting vain and just like overly cocky, just like really on themselves in a way that is not becoming, or whatever, however you want to call it. You're going to be taking more initiatives. You're going to be taking more leadership positions, or trying to take more leadership positions, or you're going to be placed in a leadership position around this time. It's making you really find your niche as far as your leadership abilities, and giving yourself the confidence to know that you can be a leader, not just a follower. To be a follower, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be able to take the information. To become a leader, you take the information and turn it into something that is able to help the next person. So to become a leader, you do have to be a follower in some instances. So they're giving you the chance to actually lead your role and get out of the following position, or at least see how you like the leadership position, because we're always followers at some point in time, and then we lead. That's how it is. We follow our parents, and then we lead our own children. So that is what we have for our planetary transits. Very calm, cool, and collected. Nothing like really big or anything like that. So that's a definite plus in my book. So now we are going to get into our cards. I think I'm going to do the oracle first, and then I'm going to do the tarot. That's just how I feel right now. So ancestors, guides, guardians, and spirits, what is something that we need to be aware of for June 7th to the 13th? What messages can I give to the collective? What is something that is really important? Okay, it done flew out. What is this one saying? TikTok. Oh, wow. So this has a lot of meaning, because it has the number 30 on it. So I'm about to clean. So 30 equals 3. 3 is not even thought of to be an actual number. It is thought to be kind of like a forever flowing thing. It's just something that is not like all the other numbers. And you know, 3 is very important in spirituality. The Trinity, the Triquelta. There is the Son, the Father, and the Spirit. There is the Maid, crone, and Mother. You know what I'm saying? Like the 3s are all very important, and they all work in their own way. Earth, Spirit, the ethers. No, it's Earth, Spirit. Yeah, I'm getting confused, because I want to say it the way that it was said. I don't want to say it in my own way. I want to say the way it was said when it was said to me, but I can't. So I'm not going to say it, because I don't want to say it in my own way. I want to say it the way they told me. Whatever. I am digressing. But 3, because I said what I said about 3 not really being a true number, this says TikTok mean talking about time. You also know that I always say that time is not linear. Time is something that we as humans have made up to be able to know when things will happen, or just to organize, basically. But again, we forget that time isn't linear, so our organization is a little bit off. This card is basically telling us to pay attention to time, our perception of time. If we perceive time to be linear, then we're always thinking of the past in the past, the present right here, and the future way far ahead, when actually the future is right here in the present, because we're living in the future, because we're doing it now. Even though it is in the future, we move into the future at every second. The past is the past, but the past tends to repeat, so the past becomes the future if you're not paying attention, which is then our present. Did I confuse you? I hope I didn't. But I mean, it's very serious right now. For all of us that also feel like time is not linear, then you know that things come up at different times of our life, and we feel deja vu. Deja vu is when we feel like we've gone through something or already done something before, whether it be in this plane or the next, whether it be in a dream state or for real. You know what I'm saying? So time is a thing. Also, time deals with Saturn, which in turn deals with Capricorn. Time. Saturn is the father of time. He's like the daddy, the big daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he basically is like, hey, I got to make sure you stay whipped into shape. So if you want to think about Saturn, think about him as like the military instructor that's yelling at you in your face sometimes. Other times, they're just looking at you quietly like, are you going to do what I asked? Or they're looking at you like, you are the best you can be. I am proud of you. You dismantled and remantled that gun in such and such a time. They're still yelling, but they're showing appreciation for what discipline you showed. So Saturn deals with restrictions, limitations, discipline, things that really need to be worked on, things that you really need to take into consideration. So again, with Saturn, we're in Saturn retrograde. What restrictions are you feeling, and why? Why do you think that restriction is a restriction? Why do you feel that way about whatever is going on? It's a perfect time to figure out what you have the most restrictions about or on, and then try to work on healing that or fixing it or circumnavigating those restrictions. You can turn it into your own thing and give it your own flair as soon as you know like why this is going for you, because Saturn gives lessons. Saturn isn't always a hard ass, but Saturn is here to give lessons and discipline, because a lot of us like to become lazy and not do the work. And Saturn is like, did you do it? Because I'm going to check. Did you do it? Did you do it? Okay. Well, then here, you can have whatever you want. If you didn't do it, it's like, well, you have to start over. Sorry, not sorry. I love you. Tough love. You'll deal with it. Get the lesson right so I can give you what you want, and what you need. There's your Saturn. Capricorn. It's probably telling us, not probably, let me not say probably, because then that's just going to sound really weird. It's basically telling us to really be on your organizational skills. Capricorns are good with organizing. They're a very grounded earth sign, and they know how to plan. They're good planners. They know how to research, plan, and get things together. So this might be telling you to really get on your energy of organizing, planning, researching on everything. Not just some things, but everything. Because it's really important for you to know what you're getting yourself into this week and being aware of what's going on around you. And you don't want everything to be in complete chaos. Organization can be chaos because things are still chaotic, but it doesn't have to be complete chaos to where you can't figure out where things are, where things go, how you should flow, how you should move, what your next step is, and things of that nature. Whole word. All right, what does the tarot have to tell us about this card here? Because that was very deep and in depth. And if you pay attention to this card, it says TikTok, right? What is it that you feel like you're missing out on this week? Oh, I didn't want this many cards. What are you missing out on this week? What do you feel like you don't have enough time for? And why don't you have enough time for it? Make time for yourself. Make time for your projects. This is what the organization is about. Because if you have time to do your projects and it's organized, hold on, then you'll know when you can do what. Your schedule will be made so that you're not overwhelming yourself on trying to figure out things that, these are too many cards, to figure out things that, take time to figure out. If they're already figured out and planned, then all you have to do is perform. That's it. Perform. So some of you guys have been feeling like you're running out of time. You'd have more time if you organize your time. It's really important to organize your time because it's your time and you have to make it work for you and not for everybody else. All right, Spirit, give us something. Give us something. What do you want to expound upon that doesn't take a whole bunch of cards flying out? Let's see. Oop, there we go again. Y'all always trying to... Oh, I do see a card, and it's really calling me. And it's on the floor. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so the card I got was the High Priestess. And it is upside down. High Priestess is basically talking about our spirituality. We've been having a change in how we feel about ourselves spiritually, even religiously. And we feel like a lot of time has passed. We feel like a lot of time has passed, and we're really asking ourselves, do we want to change what we've known all our life? Do we really want to change around the things that we've been doing for so long to start new? Why not? Why not learn something new and different about yourself? Why, especially if you feel like you're not in your purpose, why not, shift gears and shift things? Things are always changing. Your mind is too. So maybe you've gotten to a point where you've seen some things where you feel like it is time for you to become spiritual, but you're still questioning it. Especially this week, you're trying to figure out, okay, what do I have time for? What is actually important? What should I put in my schedule? Your spirituality, the way you function, your religion, whatever you want to call it, that is very important. That is something that you put your time into. That is something that you study. You haven't really been putting your time into that. You really haven't been studying that. And a lot of us, we really have not been believing in the balance of ourselves, which is the balance between our spirituality and our physical self. We've really just been, off kilter. We haven't really been in harmony with ourselves. So we're seeing things that we're not used to. We're seeing, that things aren't working in our favor sometimes. But if we give time to the important things that deal with us on the inside and outside, we'll notice that we have enough time for a lot more things. We have a lot more joy. It doesn't feel like time is wasting away. It doesn't feel like you're running out of time. A lot of us tend to look at the watch too much instead of just living. You're looking at, how much time do I have left to do this? How much time do I have left to do that? But if you just organize and let things flow and let things become balanced, you really won't have to worry too much about that. It'll just become its own thing. But you have to put yourself in the balance. You have to be right side up with this, and you're not. Sorry. Get your balance. You are a priestess. You are everything. You are that. But you have to have the belief, and time cannot be a hindrance. Time cannot be your restriction. Time cannot be your limitation. You have to learn how to use time to your own advantage, and organization definitely helps in that region. So, with that being said, loves, this week, organize. Put yourself into a position where you know when it's time to do things, where time isn't controlling you. You are in a symbiotic relationship with time, and everything is awesome. So, you know what I'm saying? And don't forget, really, that Capricorn energy is going to be on the one. And it might not even be Capricorn energy. You might have a Capricorn in your life or coming in your life this week that is going to help you with this organization, that's going to give you tips, hints, tricks to get yourself together and to be all the way there. Even into grounding you so that you can feel your spirituality. You can feel the energy coming from you, because some of us, we've just lost a little bit of energy. We've lost a little bit of chi. We've lost a little bit of our life force, and we need to replenish it. And whether it be through a Capricorn or through grounding, doing certain things outside, you know what I'm saying? Do it. Do it. This week is your make or break. Are you going to remain restricted by time? Are you going to let Saturn play with you? Or are you going to show Saturn that you've really done your due diligence? You are disciplined. You understand your restrictions. You are working towards creating non-restrictions and figuring out your triggers and traumas and healing. And be a good human, please. Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you guys for coming. I hope that you really enjoyed this. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share, because you never know who needs this guidance to hear this word. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.